You've seen it, right? These cryptocurrencies popping up, tied to just about anyone, Trump, Melania, even that Hawk-Tuah girl. It sort of feels like the Wild West of digital finance sometimes.
It certainly does. Yeah, it really highlights how quickly online culture and, well, finance are merging, often in really unexpected ways.
Well, that trend seems to have landed right here in Vancouver. Actually, one of you listening flagged an article for us from thebreaker.news. The headline was, "Exclusive, Vancouver Mayor Ken Sim getting his own crypto coin."
Ah, okay.
Interesting.
So yeah, for this deep dive, we're looking into this Ken Simcoin and trying to unpack what it might actually mean based on this article.
And it's probably worth noting this isn't completely, out of left field for Vancouver. Back in December, I think it was, the city council voted to study accepting Bitcoin for property taxes.
Oh, right. I remember that.
Yeah, and even potentially investing city reserves in Bitcoin. So there's some groundwork there already. Exactly. And Mayor Sim himself, he took a trip to El Salvador not too long ago, the first country to make Bitcoin legal tender. So there's clearly some interest in crypto at play here already.
Yeah, that trip definitely suggests a certain level of engagement, maybe even a belief in the potential of digital currencies within, like Mayor Sim's political thinking.
Now, this article, it goes into detail about the Ken Sim coin. Apparently, the Breaker.news got hold of a leaked mock-up from Sim's ABC Vancouver party. They call it a novelty coin.
Novelty coin. Okay, sounds more like a meme coin than your standard cryptocurrency then.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
That term meme coin is probably key here.
Yeah.
Think Dogecoin or Shiba Inu coins that gain popularity largely through internet memes, social media buzz, often more for, well, fun and community than for any serious practical use or underlying tech.
Right. And the reported aim of this Ken Sim coin, fundraising, specifically for ABC Vancouver's 2026 re-election campaign.
Ah, okay. So they're looking at harnessing that sort of digital buzz to fuel their next run.
Seems like it.
That's a fascinating development in political campaigning, actually, potentially tapping into a whole new base of support, maybe younger voters, through the speculative energy around these meme coins. It's definitely a departure from, traditional bake sales and fundraising dinners.
Totally. But what about an official comment? Did the mayor confirm this?
Well, the Breaker.news said Mayor Sim wasn't available for comment directly. But his assistant press secretary, someone named Uno de Abril.
Uno de Abril? Seriously?
Apparently, gave a quote, "A better coin for Vancouver." Which, sounds a little playful, right? A bit tongue-in-cheek.
Yeah, a better coin, playing on their "a better city" slogan. The lack of a direct confirmation and that lighthearted comment. It definitely suggests this might be intended, at least initially, as maybe more of a publicity thing, or a less formal initiative.
Could be, or leaning into the meme coin aspect.
And get this, the launch date mentioned in the article. The Ken Sim coin is supposedly set to begin trading at 11:59 a.m. on April 1st, right outside Vancouver City Hall.
April 1st. Okay, wow.
Right. That timing definitely makes you wonder.
Yeah, April Fool's Day. That strongly indicates a potential element of satire, or maybe just a deliberate attempt to generate buzz through, the sheer absurdity of it. It really raises the question of whether this is just a joke, a short-lived event, or if there's something more substantial planned.
Exactly. Okay, so to recap then, we've got the mayor of Vancouver, Ken Sim, reportedly launching a meme coin, the Ken Sim coin, potentially to help fund his political party, ABC Vancouver. And this comes after his city has already taken steps exploring Bitcoin adoption and after his own trip to El Salvador. It really feels like part of this wider trend of public figures, celebrities, politicians dipping their toes into crypto.
Exactly. This situation really highlights that evolving intersection of digital currencies, online meme culture, and, well, local politics. It shows how these big global trends are playing out in really specific, sometimes kind of weird local arenas.
Which leads us to the big question, I guess. Considering everything, especially that April 1st launch date and this broader trend of public figures creating their own cryptocurrencies, what do you see as the potential upsides and, maybe more importantly, the downsides or risks? For the figures involved, sure, but also for the public they serve.
That's the key question.
And maybe what does this tell us about how political fundraising itself is changing and just, our digital culture overall? It's definitely something to think about.